Rolling?
Yep.
Beautiful. Alright. Doug Matuzak, Boa Basement. BoaBasement.com. There's always stuff in the description down below. So if you ever need to ask questions, there's email, telephone, comment if you want. I will answer them. But what we're looking at here, we're going to look at some Motley stuff. What you're looking at here is a Sharp Snow Motley. And let's see. Alright. Yep. She's not a snow glow, she's just a snow. So what she is, she's a Sharp Snow Albino. She is an anerythristic, which makes the snow. That's the combination for snow. And then she is a Motley. Did you get her all upset? Was she being good?
It's alright.
Good. I saw her up on the corner there for a second. So. She was produced for my triple head project. So the reality of her, she's also 66% possible head for VPI T+. And I'm really hoping that she does, because the moment you add T+ to her appearance from the one animal we made a couple years ago, unfortunately he didn't make it, but you know, that's why we're hoping to make more. It turns the whole animal into a lavender and pink animal. So this is a beautiful animal in her own right. First one I've ever made. Hi, baby. So we'll grow up into a big girl, breed her back to another animal in the whole VPI T+ Sharp Snow Anerythristic project. Let's see if we could get some real amazing looking animals out of there. We already know what they look like. Now the hard part is just to get some out, get them established, and then get them up and running for the future. Alright, this is another Motley combination. This is the second one of these I made. I will show you the first in a little bit. But this is a Sun Dream Motley. This was, besides making these Sun Dreams in 2010, and again a Sun Dream is an orange tail Hypo, Pastel Dream, Sharp Snow Albino. This was the first combination off of that platform I ever made. And this is the addition of the Motley gene. And very, very pleased with this, how these guys look. It's boatloads of color, and we hope down the road with the addition of the IMG that we can end up with some pretty patternless, solid colored albino animals from that project. And each, there's only two of these guys that or three, there's three that I've made, and each one looks different. They each have different variations on the colors that are being premiered in their appearance, as well as the amount of saturation out of each one. Is she up front? She doing good for you?
Yeah.
Need it out a little bit more? Or?
No, she's good.
Alright, so that is the Sun Dream Motley. Very rare, only 3 in the world. If everything goes well, we might have a few more that we could sell this season. But everything takes time. You know, we can't get them up in 2 years, or, you know, we used to get them up in 2 years, but we stopped doing that a long time ago. It's not good for the animal, so we now breed boas on a regular 3.5 years of age, as opposed to 2.5 years or younger. So female Sun Dream Motley. This is the other female Sun Dream Motley. This was the original one. And again, the same exact recipe. Orange tail Hypo, Pastel Dream Motley, and Sharp Strain Albino. So with these two girls, all I'm working on for the 2020 season is to hit, hopefully, an IMG or two 100% head for the Sharp Strain. And I just make all the stuff myself. That way I have quality control through every aspect of what I do. Because I don't want to get something and find out that that animal came from some dwarf boa breeding that somebody did, and they didn't have the integrity to say anything about it when they were selling it. So we cut out that nonsense. So that is the second. And this female, I'm in my 32nd year of breeding boas. I'm sorry, 31st year of breeding boas, 32nd year overall breeding reptiles. And she's been the biggest pain in the butt ever. She's over 3 years of age, and she wouldn't eat a rat to save her life. And just recently, she started taking them. I figured, well, we'll just keep on feeding you these frozen thawed jumbo mice, get some size, and you figured sooner or later she's going to have to switch over if she wants to continue on any sort of regular growth. So, and yes, I know all the tricks. You kind of know all this stuff when you've been doing things for decades, and she just wasn't falling for any scenting or anything. But hopefully she will continue now just eating rats, and in another year or so we'll have her up to a nice big 7+ 8+ foot female Sun Dream Motley. This is another wonderful and world's first Motley combination here at the Boa basement. This is a Pastel Dream, a silver, and a Motley combination. You can see the silver Motleys in my 2020 breeding videos. Anything that says the word silver and Motley in it for the Boa Breeding Project for 2020, you will see a visual just silver Motley. I don't have any just plain Pastel Dream Motleys. I've only ever made one, and it was head for Sharp Strain, and I sold it to a gentleman over in California because I already had bigger pieces that I made. But that animal was already becoming a very red Motley all on its own. But this is a combination of the Pastel Dream, the silver, and the Motley, and I think it's a beautiful animal. I mean, how is the colors on it, Nick?
Really dark. I think it also might even have affected the pattern to some degree.
There's no doubt about that.
But
rich, saturated coloration. Very beautiful. She's one of the animals that I've talked about, you know, with the whole Boa Basement Lavender Albino Project, dark genes. But believe me, I can't wait to get Pastel Dream into the Boa Basement Lavender Albino Project. And obviously Pastel Dream Lavenders, as well as Sun Dream Lavenders, or Lavender Sun Dream. So you know, that's probably how I'll call. She's going to be key for that, to get both the Motley and the Pastel Dream into my Lavender project. So that is one of the projects that why she's even here, besides looking all beautiful. So again, as I mentioned, world's first Pastel Dream Silver Motley. This is another Motley combo. This is a fine line Motley. This is one of two, world's first. Her sister can be seen in 5 and 6 gene Boa projects for 2020. Her sister is with a 4 gene animal. Orange Tail Hypo, Pastel Dream, Arabesque Key West combo. Her sister's a bit bigger, that's why she's being bred in this one. Been farting around a little bit, but she's making leaps and bounds and getting up to adult size. But the fine line is a very underutilized. That was the male sulcata that just gave his opinion on what we're doing down here because he's not being fed. But the fine line is very underutilized gene, and I just love what it did to the Motley. Stretched it out, reduced it, lined up, put lines on the side, and you see a little bit more coloration coming through that you usually don't see. It also lightened up the entire animal from what a normal Motley usually looks like.
Like a chocolate.
Yeah.
Like a chocolate brown pattern.
So very, very beautiful. Fine line Motley. This is another Motley combo. They don't exist outside. Well, I think I've sold one or two to somebody back in the day, but I mean, I made no more than 4 or 5 of these things ever. It's hard to get a bunch of genes to line up with one another. What you're looking at here is an Orange Tail Hypo, a Pastel Dream, and a Motley. And this combination by itself is extremely beautiful. She just happens to be het for Sharp Snow Albino. In reality, the animals that you saw at the beginning, the Sun Dream Motleys, this is what they look like in their non-albino form. So, make this visual Sharp Snow Albino, it becomes a Sun Dream Motley, which you've seen earlier in this video. This is it without being visual albino. And yeah, they have great coloration to them too. I mean,
yeah, I have the other male from you.
Nick has a male. Didn't need the male, and you know there's just almost shades of almost lavendery coloration in these things. Just this crazy blending of coloration in these animals. This was an animal that I had for sale for the longest time. Got to a certain size, said, no, I might as well keep it and make some crazy stuff out of it. But sooner or later, since we only have limited space, I'll probably breed her once or twice, and then she'll be on the open market. But I'm going to enjoy the hell out of her while she's here. She's been a great animal, great example of this combination. Once again, Orange Tail Hypo, Pastel Dream, and Motley. Again, this happens to be het for Sharp Stream, which could be adding something to the overall coloration. Hets have been known to be almost visual in a way. So that is this beautiful girl, and we got another, I think one more Motley in this particular video that we're going to show you, which is, of course, another world's first. Alright, this is the final Motley we're going to show you now. I do have other Motleys around here. I think in all I probably made, I think I was counting one time, I was in the low 20s of Motley's combinations that I've made. You got to get your money's worth out of certain projects, and I bought my original Motleys back in 2002 when they were $6,000 a piece. And I bought a pair of them and made the biggest mistake with the female, she ate like a pig. By the time she was 18 months of age, she was 6 feet, 22 pounds. And bred her. Got a stillborn, a couple slugs, and she was dead in a couple months. So that's why we don't do it anymore. First of all, poor animals, you know, demise by doing things the wrong way, and secondly, the hit to the pocketbook. But so this particular animal is a orange tail hypo, a silver, and a Motley. So earlier in the video you saw a Pastel Dream, a silver and a Motley combination. This is the flip. You remove the Pastel Dream and you put in the orange tail hypo. And regularly in a regular orange tail hypo Motley, it's a very orange animal, but the silver and the orange tail hypo tend to make all by themselves. That combination makes an animal that's hot yellow. This animal had a lot more of that coloration when it was younger, but it has changed. And it's changed for the better. I was kind of worried about it for a while. It was just kind of through this period of time, just kind of blah. But it's come out the other side as a very beautiful animal with great genetics, and she'll be a springboard for me to take a project into another direction down the road. So, anything you like about her, Nick? Ugliest one of the bunch? I know that's a tough question because the rest of the bunch is pretty damn good.
The sides just look so different. I mean, we just looked at the other one, but this one is something about the sides, just really deep, lots of color. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I mean, just look at that, just right there. Tons of color all on the sides. I mean, all throughout the entire animal, everywhere. That silver's doing something.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, silver's the real deal.
Yeah, it's definitely that extra kick.
I mean, that's what it means to be a designer. And you put them together, and you see what comes out. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching the video. My contact information is all in the description down below. There's a link down there to my website for the available boas I have for sale at boabasement.com. And in a lot of the videos, the other ones that I put up there, there's usually a lot of information in there. I usually tell you exactly what's in the video, animal per animal, as well as links to maybe showing the parents that made that animal. For this particular one, there isn't. All that's going to be is the link for the available animals, my website, email, telephone number, the whole 9 yards. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll work on making more videos for you in the future. Thanks a lot, everybody.